welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I'll be your tour guide on this adventure across the East. Today it's Monday, it's Labor Day. Thank you for joining us today. We do appreciate it. Okay, we have a big show in store for you, but really quickly I want to tell you how you can find us online. We're at WNCT.com. Click on the East Daily Download tab. We're also on social media, all the usual suspects, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Use the hashtag East Daily Download. We'd love for you to send pictures and videos in. Okay, mentioned a big show. We're going to go to Bath, North Carolina for this week's Living Local. We're going to go with entertainment tonight behind the scenes of the new family movie Dora the Explorer. Also, another interesting thing, we have a 5-part series this week, and this is part 1, behind the scenes of digital and broadcast advertising and how that all works. It's an interesting topic. Okay, Mel Robbins has a brand new show coming to Eastern North Carolina CW on Monday, September 16th. She is a world-renowned author and motivational speaker, and she has some really interesting stuff she has in store for the audience. So we're going to introduce you to her. But first, WNCT 9 on your side anchor Ken Watling is going to go to Medoc Mountain State Park and this week's People and Places. Let's hit the road.
It's just a great recreational area all around for folks in this area.
Tucked away in the middle of Halifax County sits a hidden gem.
Medoc Mountain has something for everybody, no matter what you're looking to do.
Yes, Medoc Mountain State Park. Joel Jacobowski is the park superintendent.
And even though the mountain is only 325 feet, it is the highest point in Halifax County. So when we say mountain, it's really a Menandoc, which is the official term for a big rise off of a flat land.
The summit sits in the middle of the park, but you won't find a scenic lookout. Although when the leaves fall off the trees, Joel says you can see for 4 or 5 miles during the winter. But don't let the height of this mountain fool you. The hiking trails here will give you quite the workout.
There's about 140 feet difference between your entry level when you start walking all the way up to the top. We get people all the time that come out here with backpacks to practice for the Appalachian Trail because you get that undulation change that you're looking for.
But if 2 wheels are more your style, Medoc Mountain is also for you.
This definitely does have some hills to it in this area, and we're preparing for a ride in 2 weeks in Virginia. This is a preparation ride for that. This is a good training ride for us.
The park features 9 miles of mountain biking trails.
Being in the quiet and still with Mother Nature.
And for you equestrian enthusiasts, you'll find 10 miles of bridle trails.
It's an outstanding place to ride because it's a place that you can come and get back to Mother Nature and not worry about any of the other artificial support systems that mankind has put on you, like traffic.
In fact, the only traffic you'll likely see is Joel out patrolling the park. And as I rode along with him on this day, he let me in on a little secret.
Well, some people claim we have Bigfoot in this area. I've never actually seen Bigfoot, but I have noticed people like to wander the woods at night, which makes it kind of interesting when you're walking around because you never know exactly what you're looking at. It kind of benefits the park to have that lure because we do get people out here just about every weekend.
But the majority of visitors aren't searching for Bigfoot. They're here to spend a weekend at one of the 3 dozen campsites or enjoy the pristine creek that flows through the park. The biggest attraction of all is to have a place to escape and leave your busy day-to-day life behind.
If you're out here with Mother Nature and the good Lord, can't beat that.
Now downloading Meltivational Monday.
Something funny starts to happen when you push yourself forward 5-second decisions at a time. Your life changes. So the 5-second rule is a universal law. Here it is. The moment you have an instinct to do something, you got to move within 5 seconds or your brain will talk you out of it. My whole life changed 11 years ago when I decided to launch myself out of bed like a rocket.
Yes! Yes!
And I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and stood up. And that one 5-second decision changed my entire life. Change comes down to a choice, not the big choices, actually the little ones, the ones that happen 5 seconds at a time. The Mel Robbins Show is not a show, it's an experience where you start to understand what's holding you back, and more importantly, you take that next step toward getting the life that you want and the life that you deserve.
Hey, welcome back to the East Daily Download. We still have a lot in store for you on this Labor Day Monday. We're going to head to Bath for this week's Living Local. We're going to go behind the scenes with entertainment tonight on the new Dora the Explorer movie. But first, I want to introduce you to two people who are experts in digital and broadcast advertising in a special 5-part series, the first of which we're about to see right now. Let's take a look.
Today we have Amy Doan and Joel Bullard in the studio. Amy is our general sales manager and Joel is our local sales manager. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amy, let's just say a business wants to advertise. When do you start the process?
Well, when we talk with a new advertiser, we try to find out as much as possible about their business as we can. We do research and then we meet with the business and delve into their needs and wants and who they're looking for as customers in their business.
But Joel, what happens after that?
Well, we review all the information that we've gathered and we determine which of our viewers are the best potential customers for that business. Then we recommend a media plan based on that.
So Amy, are we just talking about TV?
Not at all. With the rise in digital offerings, we think of ourselves as deliverers of content across any screen that a viewer is using. That could be traditional, like a TV, or it could be a tablet, a phone, a laptop, or even a desktop computer.
Perfect. Joel, can you give us an example of an advertising plan and how much the investment will be?
That's a little difficult to say just because the media plans are based on the client's needs. What works for one client might not work for another. And so one campaign might be mostly broadcast, another might be a mix of digital and broadcast, and then the third option might be solely digital.
Right.
And we not only offer advertising locally, but through digital offerings, we can reach out both regionally and nationally as well.
So I know that businesses want to know if their advertising will work. Is this something they can try with 1 or 2 commercials?
So we find that the best campaigns last at least 3 months. This gives the campaign enough time for our viewers to see the ads either on television or digital, and then enough time to take an opportunity to act on that.
And then we see success when the business starts getting more and more traffic into their location, or their phone rings more, or they get more visits to their website or social media pages.
Now, how is the best way for a business to start a marketing plan?
Well, the best way is to give us a call at the number that you see on your screen, and then we'll schedule a time to get a plan together.
Perfect. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, each day this week, we will be chatting more about our marketing plans at WNCT and WNCT.com. Stay tuned to East Daily Download to learn more.
7-year-old Felix is coloring with his mom instead of playing games on a smartphone. Some of his first-grade friends already have their own phones, but not Felix.
I feel like they're not developed enough yet to understand the implications of putting things up online.
Nilofer Nakvi, along with the parents of some of Felix's classmates, signed the Wait Until 8th pledge, committing to wait until the 8th grade to give their child a smartphone.
I just think it's a really innovative approach.
I think it is really hard for parents to hold the line on this.
Mother of 3, Brooke Shannon, started the pledge after seeing the effect phones had on her kids' friends.
I saw these kids flooding out at the end of the school day, and all of their heads were down, and they were completely oblivious to the world around them.
Studies have shown too much screen can lead to lower test scores and hurt the development of memory and language skills. Shannon says that's a big reason why more than 20,000 people have signed the pledge online in the past 2 years.
There were so many parents out there that wanted to hold off on this very important decision.
The pledge only covers smartphones. Parents who still want an easy way to get in touch with their child can purchase older model flip phones, and most carriers offer a plan without data. There are also devices like the Gizmo Watch. It provides location tracking and allows kids to receive calls from pre-approved phone numbers.
Which one's that one, Felix?
Nakvi realizes the pledge will become more challenging as Felix gets older.
It's very, very tough to say no.
But she says she's committed to holding off on that smartphone until he hits the 8th grade. Hillary Lane, CBS News, Ardsley, New York.
The Kelly Clarkson Show. The Kelly Clarkson Show. Wiki. Too much? Little much? That's cute. No, I'm gonna take the cupcake.
The Kelly Clarkson Show.
Coming this fall to 9 on your side.
I'm Kelty Knight. Coming up, Dora the Explorer takes a journey to the big screen, hoping to discover box office success.
Hello and welcome back to the East Daily Download. Thanks for joining us today. We do appreciate it. You can find us online, WNCT.com. Click the East Daily Download tab, as well as on social media, and use the East Daily Download hashtag. Okay, we're still going to go to Bath in this week's Living Local segment, but right now we're going to join Entertainment Tonight behind the scenes of the new family movie, Dora the Explorer. Let's go.
I'm Kelty Knight. Dora the Explorer was much more than just a kids' TV show. The pint-sized explorer became an icon to the Latin community, and now they're bringing that magic to the big screen.
I'm an explorer, like you. Oh, honey, you have the whole world to explore.
Starts off with Dora when she's 6, and then we jump to her being 16. I think it's a great adventure, not only for Dora's character, but like an adventure in being a teenager.
Being in the city around kids your own age, like Diego, might help.
Dora and the Lost City of Gold is the live-action take on the world-famous children's cartoon that ran for 14 seasons, debuting in the year 2000.
There's no need to overreact. Ah! Ah! Get it off! Get it off! Get it!
It's crazy that I didn't watch it as a child as a cartoon, but she was penetrating my community in a big way, and that was really fun.
Just so you know, in Mexico, it's the opposite. She speaks in Spanish and teaches English to the kids.
Grande, pequeño. Can you say delicioso?
Newcomer Isabella Moner plays the iconic Dora role.
She looks like Dora, she acts like Dora,
she talks
her
like
voice
Dora,
is like
a little
Dora.
bit.
Yes, she's amazing.
Cousin Diego, you're so skinny and tall.
You are way more energetic than I remember.
I grew up watching her, so she's really beloved to me and dear to me. So I hope I can inspire a lot of little Latino kids and kids from around the world, really, to, I don't know, be an actor or an explorer or anything.
The significance of having an all-Hispanic cast was not lost on the actors.
Like 24 years ago, like when I first started acting, there was like breakdowns, and it'd be like in bold letters, Caucasian only, Caucasian only. And then my roommates and stuff, they're all like auditioning for like the lead roles, and I was like, oh, it must feel really cool. That's everything, every reason to do this movie.
For Entertainment Tonight, I'm Kelty Knight.
Just behind these doors inside, Thermo Fisher Scientific is unveiling a new virtual reality employee training that they hope will become the standard in their industry.
I was one of the biggest skeptics, I can tell you, till I donned the headset myself. It's remarkable technology.
As a part of the pharmaceutical company's $55 million investment in their Greenville Center, they're adding virtual reality components to their training process.
It's kind of exciting because we're making this up as we go. The best part of it is we kind of get to really build this the way we would like to see it and have it work so it's effective for us and the site.
Once employees new and old put on this virtual reality headset, they're able to work their way through 6 different training modules that look like this, which lets them move through day-to-day tasks in real time. The virtual and augmented reality training should reduce the amount of training time by 50%.
In a virtual environment, obviously, run many different scenarios and retrain, course correct, give feedback real time. So we also think it's going to be a much more effective training environment.
And employees are excited to get their hands on the new technology.
Great acceptance, and a lot of folks are anxious for us to get it going.
And while Thermo Fisher Scientific hopes to expand the training across all their locations, they are excited to start here in Greenville. In Greenville, Madison Forsey, 9 on your side.
Now downloading Medical Minute.
A new study from the Alzheimer's Association International Conference shows having higher levels of physical activity may protect against cognitive decline and brain tissue loss from Alzheimer's disease. Researchers say the benefits were seen even at modest levels of exercise, but were most striking around 8,900 steps a day, just below the 10,000 steps many people try to log. The nation's first state regulations to prevent sepsis appear to be working. New research in JAMA finds death rates from sepsis fell faster than expected in New York after a policy was put in place requiring hospitals to quickly implement protocols when sepsis is suspected. And financial incentives help people stop smoking and stay smoke-free. That's according to a new review of research that looked at 33 studies involving more than 21,000 people from 8 countries. Those are some of today's top health stories.
Now downloading Living Local.
Today I am in the town of Bath. It's the oldest town in North Carolina, absolutely rich in history, but something you cannot deny when you enter on into the town of Bath is how absolutely beautiful it is. From the blue waters behind me, this is Bath Creek, but all the way into the distance is the mouth of the Pamlico River. From the mesmerizing blue waters to Bath's history, residents and visitors can trace the streets back to colonial times.
We kind of overlaid an early map called the Sauthier map from the time period when the Palmers lived here over the Google Maps of the town today, and it basically lines up just the same as it did, so it hasn't changed much.
I journeyed to one of the most notable 18th century homes, the Palmer Marsh House, to get an idea of what life was like for the early colonists.
Palmer was already a resident of Bath. He came over to Bath around the same time the house was being constructed, but he was appointed the customs collector for the Port of Bath. That means he's collecting dues on all the cargo coming in. He's going to move his family into this house. It's a perfect location for him to do this job, very close to the dockyards, so he can expect all the cargo coming in.
Today, many boats pass Bath, but back in time, this was the first port of entry to North Carolina.
One of the major problems Bath suffers at this time, though, is because it's such a shallow water port, you're very limited to the size of ships that can come into the port. So you have to have very small ships like sloops, periaugers, and barges. So much of the larger ships coming in have to unload their cargo at Ocracoke Inlet, reload it onto a smaller vessel before it can come into Bath. And so when larger ports like Edenton, New Bern, and Washington start coming into being, it's much easier for the larger ships to go straight to those ports.
I hope all of you now not only want to come here because of the history, but also because of the beautiful waters. In Bath, Alyssa Pedrick, 9 on your side.
This is a show about real people, real stories, real world advice.
Your tools are saving my family.
It felt like I believed in myself for the first time in a long time.
I want to teach people the power that's locked inside them.
Oh my God.
Then unleash it and live the life they've always dreamt of.
Go get what you want, go get what you want. Mel Robbins has changed my life, and she does need to be on television.
Now downloading Southern Stars.
We're in Farmville today to meet this week's Southern Star. Pastor Rose. Oh, good morning. How are you? I'm David Sawyer with WNCT 9 on your side. And on behalf of our community partner, Southern Bank, we are honoring you today as a Southern Star. Congratulations.
Pastor Rose Gay is committed to meeting the needs of others through building personal relationships. She also believes in maximizing the talents of our youth through science and technology.
And you mentioned STEM. Is that the Science Technology Initiative? Tell us how you've incorporated that into your church ministry.
What I've done is, through the helps of different foundations, they have helped us purchase these very expensive Lego
different kits.
And these kits help the kids, give them a first-hand based hands-on learning because they're playing, and they learn best through play. So I feel that by them playing, by the kids playing with these, they're actually learning how to code, how to program, how to maneuver, how gadgets and gears work.
Pastor Rose, on behalf of Southern Bank, we'd like to say congratulations for being this week's Southern Stars. We appreciate you so very much.
Absolutely right. Congratulations. And if you know someone in your community making it a brighter place, make your nomination as well. Go to WNCT.com/stars.
Well, that'll do it for another episode of the East Daily Download. We do appreciate you joining us as always. We have a great show again for you tomorrow. We'll get into that in a little bit in the sneak preview. It is Coconut Day. I have coconut milk is the way I'm going to celebrate Coconut Day. If you're celebrating Labor Day, enjoy it, be safe out there, and we hope to see you again tomorrow. You can also follow us, WNCT.com, East Daily Download tab for the show, as well as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter on social media. We will see you tomorrow on the East Daily Download. Thanks a lot. Tuesday, when we hit the road on the next edition of the East Daily Download, we'll catch up with WNCT9 First Alert meteorologist Marquise Mida in his latest installment of Weathering Fitness. We've got part 2 in our series of digital and broadcast advertising. And of course, if it's Tuesday, that means we've got Down Eats. So join us on Tuesday for an all-new The East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina's CW.